I can't believe there's only 1 month left of 2025, so let's talk about the 10 books I want to read before the end of the year. Oh, that's even cuter. She's hoping it has something to do with dragons and small town cowboy romance. I can't. It's really cute. But this one sounds amazing. It sounds like a cult. Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel, Discover with Kim. I'm Kim. I'm so excited you're here with me today. Today we are going to be chatting my December TBR. So we're going to be talking about the 10 books I'm hoping to read before the end of 2025. Now, 10 is quite a big ask because, yeah, typically I read like 6 to 8 books a month, but we're going to really lock in for December, hopefully, and read a whole bunch. So let's talk some books. These are really in no particular order. I just picked the 10 books that I most wanted to read before the end of the year for various reasons. So I'm going to go through them, tell you the book, give you a little synopsis, and we'll move on. First up is Violet Thistleway is Not a Villain Anymore by Emily Krempholtz. This book was actually my November book of the month, and I just think it looks so sweet. So it is about our female main character. She was a villain. She worked for a sorcerer and he died, so now she's ready to move on with her life and kind of restart her life. So she moves to a small town. She opens up, I believe, a bakery. Nope, I lied. A flower shop. That's even cuter. She opens up a flower shop and she meets a man, our male main character. He's an alchemist. His name is Nathaniel, and they end up having to share a greenhouse. They don't get along at first, but they end up having to work together to save both of their businesses. And I just think it sounds so cute. It's so sweet and like such a fun, cozy little romance. And it has a dragon on the cover, so I'm hoping it has something to do with dragons. And I just think it's such a cozy romance for fall, switching into the winter season. Plus, it's my book of the month, and I'm trying to finish my book of the month challenge for the year. I have to read 3 more from book of the month, so yeah, we really got to lock in to get that challenge done and win my prize. Next up is a complete switch. It is actually a cowboy romance, and that is Cash by Jessica Peterson. So I have never read a book by this author before. This is part of the Lucky River Ranch series. This is book number 1. It's about our female main character, Molly. It says Molly Luck has run out of luck. I guess her father died, and he left behind a cattle ranch for her as her inheritance. So her, a city girl, has moved back to small town Texas and manage the ranch for a full year so that she can get the money and invest in her own company. Now, while she's there, there's a grumpy ranch foreman, and he gets in the way of everything she wants to do, basically. So it sounds like a cute, grumpy, like kind of like enemies to lovers romance. It sounds really sweet. It's a small town cowboy romance, and I've never actually read a cowboy romance, so I'm really excited for this. And might seem like a weird pick for December, but I think that with all the Christmas and wintry and like fantasy heavy books I'm going to be reading, a cowboy romance is like a little light that I'm going to need in the middle of all of that. Next up is quite a popular book lately, I believe, and that is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I did also get this one from Book of the Month, so it would count towards my challenge, so that would be quite a win. And this one is about our female main character. It says it starts with a class in an old movie theater. Female main character, she's always been convinced that magic is real. She tracks down a local legend named the Watchman, and he supposedly tells you when you'll die, except the Watchman tells her she will die at midnight tomorrow unless she finds an ancient object called the alchemical heart. So she goes on this deep adventure to find this alchemical heart, and yeah, I think it's going to be really fun and really exciting. And I have read a book by Stephanie Garber before that I absolutely loved. I believe it was Caraval. I only read the first one though. I haven't read the rest of that series yet, but I did really enjoy Caraval, so I think I'm really going to enjoy this one. And it's not too long, and it just looks like a fun read, so I'm excited for that. Next up is a book that everybody has been recommending to me. My sister recommended to me many times, and that is The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This book is a romantasy book. It is about our female main character. She is a prophetess. She is almost done with serving her time when a knight shows up who is very grumpy, nobody likes, but Miss Quinn wants to be part of the video. But something starts happening to her fellow prophetess, so she ends up having to team up with this knight and go to figure out what's happening and what she can do to save them. And it's such a fun adventure, it sounds like. And like I said, so many people have been recommending this to me, and I read a duology by this author a couple months ago that I absolutely loved, so I kind of want to just dig into this one before the year's over and really kind of enjoy it. And also I want to read it before I see my sister for Christmas so we can talk about it. Miss Quinn. She knows. She sees the camera and she knows. It is adorable. It's very adorable, but She's playing football. So cute, right? But anyways, I apologize if you can hear Quinn playing some football. Alright, book number 5 is A Curse Carved in Bones by Danielle L. Jensen. This is actually the second in a duology as part of the Saga of the Unfated. Number 1 was A Fate Inked in Blood, and I remember I really enjoyed it. So this is book number 2. I know this is like a Viking romantasy. It's enemies to lovers to enemies again. And I know the last book ended on a big betrayal, and I'm really excited to see how this duology ends up. Next up is a complete switch of genres. This one is a historical fiction, and that is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This book is a historical fiction, like I said. It is set in World War II time, and it follows 2 sisters. They're separated by years and experience. They each embark on their own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France. And it's a heartbreakingly beautiful novel. I heard it is amazing and devastating, and I feel like if I want to get my feelings hurt and really feel this month, this is the book to do that with. Next up is just I can't. I love her so much. Next up is a different bit of a fantasy novel, and that is Watermoon by Samantha Soto Youngbow. This book is really cute. Look at that. But this book. Let's see what it's about. Oh, yeah. A woman inherits a pawn shop where you can sell your regrets and then embarks on a magical journey when a charming young physicist wanders into the shop in a dreamlike and enchanting fantasy. So our female main character, she inherits a pawn shop in Tokyo right after her father dies, and then the first morning that she owns it, she goes in it and she's found, oh, her father didn't die, I lied, he's missing. She goes in as a new owner. Shop has been ransacked, a precious item is stolen, and her father is missing. She must go on a journey to find her father and this item and save her shop. And I just think it sounds like a bit of a fun, little bit of a different read, and I'm really excited for this one actually. Next up is a holiday romance, and that is Merry Christmas You Filthy Animal by Megan Quinn. I personally love Megan Quinn as a romance author. She is one of my automatic buy authors because she just writes such fun, silly romances. I feel like the banter is always good, and I feel like it's always just a fun ride whenever you're on it. They always get into such ridiculous situations, and I just think it's so fun. So now that she wrote a Christmas one, I believe she wrote a different one, yeah, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas, but I have not read that one. That was last year's, I believe. I have not read that one, but this one sounds amazing. It says, nothing says I love you like trespassing, public humiliation in a town-wide Christmas spectacle to win your crush back. So our male main character did not sign up for this. He's just been trying to keep his family's Christmas tree farm from imploding when he's passed out in the snow after getting clocked by a suspiciously strong bottle of soda. Enter our female main character. She's new to town and she's helping out at her uncle's rival Christmas tree farm. So our male main character, Max, he's convinced she's set out to destroy everything, but Betty thinks Max might be one sleigh short of a winter parade. Cue the holiday chaos. Sounds hilarious. Sounds adorable. Sounds like enemies to lovers. And yeah, this is the perfect holiday read. Speaking of a perfect holiday read, we have another holiday romance that we're hoping to read this month, and that is The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. This one is number 2 in a series. Number 1 was The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And this one, look at that. Just look at those Christmas. That is Christmas vibes. You have to read that, right? So, this one is a small town spicy romance. Our female main character, she hates Christmas and she just bought a Christmas tree farm in a town that's too cute for its own good. Our male main character is on vacation in this town, and he is taking a break from both his life and his constant desire to always fix things. Somehow they end up trapped at her Christmas tree farm together, and again, I think chaos ensues. So it sounds like a fun and cute and romantic, close proximity, forced proximity, grumpy and sunshine, and I think it's going to be cute because I think she's going to be the Grinch and he's going to be the not so Grinchy one. But I'm not so sure, but that sounds like a lovely Christmas read, and again, perfect for December, and just the vibes. The vibes are literally just Christmas. Look at that. This is a gorgeous book. And last but not least is a fun little one, and that is a mystery TBR pick. This is a thriller book. I wrapped them up way back when for my summer challenge, and I thought it would be fun to finish off the year with a final summer challenge mystery book. and I'm not sure what it's going to be. So let's unwrap it together. And it has the perfect Christmas tree paper, doesn't it? We have A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. So, let me read it because I have no idea what it's about. Travis Wren has an unusual talent for locating missing people. Hired by families as a last resort, he requires only a single object to find the person who has vanished. When he takes on a case of Maggie St. James, a well-known author of dark, macabre children's books, he's led to a place many believe to be only a legend. Known as Pastoral, this reclusive community was founded by like-minded people searching for a simpler way of life, but soon after Travis stumbles upon it, he disappears, just like Maggie St. James. Years later, Theo, a lifelong member of Pastoral, discovers Travis's abandoned truck beyond the border of the community. No one is allowed in or out, not without the risk of bringing disease, the rot, into Pastoral. Sounds like a cult. Unraveling the mystery of what happened reveals secrets that Theo, his wife Kala, and her sister Bee keep from one another. Secrets that prove their perfect isolated world isn't as safe as they believe, and that darkness takes many forms. That sounds good. That sounds intriguing. That sounds like a really good spooky winter read. So that will finish up my December TBR 10 Before the End. We have A History of Wild Places. We have The Christmas Tree Farm. We have Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. Water Moon. The Nightingale. A Curse Carved in Bone. The Knight and the Moth. Alchemy of Secrets. Cash. Violet Thistleway is not a villain anymore. And bam! 10 Before the End. Check, check, check. Alright, my friends. Let me know what books you are hoping to read before the end of the year. I would love to know. Let me know if you've read any of these 10 before and what your thoughts were. No spoilers, please. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching. I can't believe this is the final TBR of 2025. That is crazy to me, but I'm so excited to read so many books this month, and I hope you guys have a fabulous week and a fabulous December. Live well, read some books, and go discover, my friends. Bye. We all know I'm only going to read 4 of these books, so shh.